vest on?
It looks like I do.
Welcome, everybody. There are two huge occasions in the life of a police officer. The day you get on this job, and then the day you get to leave on your own terms with your head held up and a smile on your face. That's the first time I've seen Jack Corbett smile. There are a lot of things that people could say about Jack. There are, and I spent some time looking at his personnel file, which, you know, is quite full. It is actually. It is. It is. And over 40, over 47 years, you would expect it. But looking through that personnel file, there was a recurring theme that was in there, and a recurring theme that talking to different people and going to your last shift roll call that gets repeated over and over again. And there's one in particular that came in recently from a citizen that had to deal with Jack, or had the pleasure of meeting Jack Corbett, and then I'll share with you. It kind of sums up just about everything as far as Jack goes and how he treats people around here and what he'll be remembered for. Hello, Barnstable Police Chief. I just wanted to inform you that Officer Jack Corbett is a shining example of what community policing should be. Officer Corbett went above and beyond to assist myself and my friend as we were about to run out of gas and ended up stranded. Officer Corbett brought us to the wait in the warmth and safety of the police station while he went out himself and got us enough gas to drive home safely. Officer Corbett is a fine human being and a police officer. And that right there, in a nutshell, sums up not only how Jack has spent his 47 years here, but what we expect of all the other police officers that are here, to put the people out there in the public before ourselves and without a thought to take care of them. And Jack, this is just one example, like I said, of many that are in the file. In over 47 years, a lot of us here in this room, some who have come back to say goodbye, know that that's true about you. And I truly appreciate working with you and having you here. And we're gonna miss you. I know you're gonna be doing special details and everything else, and you're still gonna be around. But congratulations, Jack. You truly deserve it. Lieutenant Murphy also happened to have a few words to say.
Good morning.
Here comes the bad personnel
Set the
file.
tone. This is a pretty intimidating crowd. I hope the next 5 minutes, I promise the Chief only 5 minutes, go smoother than this morning. I want to let you know, Chief, your cruiser anti-theft devices work. It took me about 10 minutes to figure out. To start 227 this morning, I needed to tap my left foot 3 times, step on the brake, do an Irish step dance, and recite the Barnstable mission statement backwards to get the cruiser to stop. But I eventually got it started, so here I am. I'm here today blessed, humbled, and grateful on behalf of Jack's friends from the Notre Dame trips, the many Notre Dame trips we've gone on together over 2 decades. Some of them are Barnstable policemen, some of them aren't. And we've shared many, many memories over the years, traveling the country, Florida, California, Louisiana, Connecticut, New Jersey, Indiana, Illinois, doing the things that we love to do. We had fun, we had football, and friendship, the 3 Fs. The 3 Fs, it sounds like my first semester grades at Westfield State. Pre-med was hard though, let me tell you. But it really has been truly a remarkable experience to travel with Jack. 1 year we rented cars and drove out to Notre Dame. Irish pirates sailing across the country. And it wasn't just all fun and laughs, and you know, we did do a lot of law enforcement liaisoning. We met a state trooper in New York. Then we met 2 state troopers in Pennsylvania, 1 in Ohio, and then 1 in Indiana. And the one in Indiana was very, very nice. He actually talked to us for a while. He said, where you guys going? And of course, this was cranking on the stereo when he pulled us over to say hi. And he figured it out real quick, and he asked us when we were coming back and how long we were staying. And he ended it with, good, I'm off that day. Now, I didn't know why he meant that. Maybe, I don't know. But we never knew that troop was on the way back, so maybe he called ahead and told them we were coming home, and they were probably all grateful for that. I love my Irish roots, and it's one of the reasons why I was so connected to Jack over the years, as he truly believes his Irish heritage as well. The Corbett family crest, if you guys don't know, it's the colors are yellow, black, and it has a black raven on it. And the colors are significant because what they stand for is sometimes the families, what they stood for back when they invented the crest, I guess. The Corbett family history goes back to, starts like a lot of Irish families that started in England. And like a good self-respecting family, sorry Ross, they got kicked out of England. That shows their true character, they got kicked out of England. They settled in Northern Ireland, in Ulster County. And the family color crest is the color yellow, is a predominant color in it. That's for generosity. It represented gold, for generosity. And on Notre Dame trips, Jack certainly exhibited much generosity. I think he bought quite a number around. So. And also the color black and yellow. Consistency is what black stands for. And I think Jack Corbett has demonstrated a strong, consistent effort in enjoying himself on all those Notre Dame trips. And it also has a raven on the crest. That's for the war cry. Had a very powerful war cry, the Corbett family. And I also witnessed that. My grandmother used to say when I was little that you're blessed to be Irish, but you're truly blessed if Ireland is born in you. And I truly believe that Ireland was born in Jack Corbett. I sincerely believe that. He has that twinkle in his eye that we've all seen. And he's a very, very special person, and he means the world to me. So I have a couple small gifts, Jack, and then I'll call it done. Obviously, his Notre Dame. I'm ready to kill the battery. It's Notre Dame bottle opener. Find some use for that, Jack. Secondly, since he's going to be retired, he's going to have a time to read. Lou Holtz's book, The Perfect Season, 12-0. To be perfect, you need to be consistent, you need to be dedicated, and you need to be a good team player. And Jack was all those things on the Notre Dame trip. I truly appreciate that. Last, and it's kind of a special gift, as a small token of the group's appreciation, we tried to think of what we could do, and we wanted to give, the predominant theme was a gag gift, but he's meant too much to us, especially two of us, two guys that have been on the trip, my good friend Martin Grace, who's no longer with us, and my Uncle Joe, who has both of them have since passed. But I know they appreciate the looking on this gift smiling. What I have here is an exact replica of the Notre Dame 1988 championship ring. Lou Holtz's one. It's marked 12-0 on the side, the perfect season, and on the side is inscripted trust, love, and commitment. And those are three words that I think everyone will agree Jack Corbett has exhibited over his years. Jack.
That's not the end of the gifts, Jack. We also received a certificate of congressional recognition from Representative Keating's office. And it reads, Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition proudly presented to Officer Jack Corbett in recognition of his 47 years of dedicated service to the town of Barnstable, dated the 3rd of January, 2019. And there's also a personal note here from Mr. Keating, which I didn't take the time to read. Congratulations. And I don't want to say goodbye, Jack, but in recognition of your service here at the department, we did have this plaque prepared for you, so you can hang it up on your wall and reflect back on your times here. And the door will always be welcome. You're not a stranger, and please feel free to be here whenever you want.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, retired Officer Jack Corbett. Jack, would you like to say anything?
Want a chicken wing? Yeah, a couple of things. For those that don't know, I'm very fortunate. I came here in April of 1985. I worked at the highway department right out of high school. So I started in '85, but I worked at the highway department, and back then, a few people here knew me then, not many. But I weighed 290, my hair was on my shoulders, and my beard was down here. And then when I worked at Bobby Burns' pub across the street, back then, that was the most popular bar in Hyannis. Friday afternoons, you could get free steamers from 3 to 7 and the 50-cent drafts. Everybody in the world was in that bar that day. So I'm working there a couple of years, and pretty much the entire 4 to 12 shift from here. I used to come in after work, have a couple of beers, and go home. So I'm working there, and I'm talking to him, and that's how I first met Mike Castleton, and all the guys from that crew. And they talked to me, they became my friends, and they said, Jack, if you're not happy with your other job, take the test, come to work with us. I go, well, I mean, look at me, how am I going to be a cop? Well, anyways, I took the test, I scored well, and they had to make some changes. So I went to the barber shop, cut it all off, and quickly realized I had 3 chins instead of 1. So I proceeded to go out here in Finney's Lane, like a lot of guys did back then. We used to run up and down to 28. It's 2 miles each way. And for over 3 months, I ran that road every single day. And I had a couple of supervisors here to pull up. One of them worked day shift. He'd pull up and kind of sarcastic. He'd roll the window down. He goes, "Hey, Corbett." And I go, "What's up, Sarge?" He goes, "You're never going to make it." He said, "We're betting against you. You're never going to make the weight." I go, "Okay." And he drove away laughing. I used to go, "Oh, yeah? F you." And I had another buddy that he worked with for a few years after I got hired, and I learned a lot from him. And he'd pull up to me, he said, "You maggot, you piece of crap, what's wrong with you?" And then he'd pull away, but I knew he was just trying to inspire me, so I made the weight, and I'm happy to say that I stood here, I sat in these tables in 1985 with 11 other guys got hired. Kevin Tynan's here today. Kevin was part of that crew. Jim Ellis, Brian Murray, he's there. So it started on April 12th, and I think I saw Chief Frederickson here, is that correct? He's still there right now. Just had to leave.
Okay, well, so I wake up this past April 12th, and it's my 33rd anniversary of coming to work here. I'm wicked psyched. It's a great day. It's a nice sunny day. I'm going to do a detail. I'm doing my thing. And so I leave the house. I'm going down 6A. Kevin Tynan I run into. He's doing a detail also. So I stopped, got a car, wished Kevin, hey, congratulations. This is 33 years ago today we got hired. Worked the detail all day, and then came back in here to get changed, and one of the worst days in our lives took place. And I'm going to have to tell anybody in this room what happened on April 12th in the afternoon. So that being said, I would really appreciate it if we could have a moment of silence for Sean Gannon and Michael Chesner and every other police officer and firefighter that I've known or you've known that hasn't had the opportunity to get to their retirement date.
Thank you. So, on a personal note, I worked with Sean. I don't know, he was a lot younger than I was. I worked with him a few times. Last time I worked with him, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I had a call in Hyannis. A woman broke into an apartment down off Ocean Street. Our canines weren't available that night. So what do? We call Yarmouth. Sean came over. That's what he did. Within half an hour, he had her in custody, and it was over. But that's what Sean Gannon did, and I could say that's just, how it goes. What kind of got me to this point was, unfortunately, on Christmas Day this year, I'm watching the news. And I don't want to go off on a tangent about this, but I'm watching the news, and I see this New York City cop. He's in a subway, and there was a problem with 4 homeless guys that were had given a female a problem down the subway. So he took care of the problem, but then there was a video. You get a chance to Google it, and it shows the New York City cop with his baton out. He's going back like this. He's trying to hold off these homeless guys that are trying to get on him. My first reaction, I was with my family. I'm looking at it. I go, are you kidding me? He's got the cell phone out and videotaping him. I go, what's wrong with putting the phone down and go help that guy? And I'm not, trying to get a bunch of vigilantes going here, but I mean, that's where society has gone to. That it's easy to say, put a phone up there, and hey, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll catch a cop. Maybe I get a mistake. That's so wrong. It goes up sideways, and then it was followed up by, I don't know how many people are old like me. I still love to read a newspaper. Down a cup of coffee, I see this headline from December 28th. Really, all these officers killed in the line of duty. This has to stop. All the kids that come out here to work on this department, I tell them all, they're all like my kids. And I worry about them every single night day they're out there. And they all know it. Last few years, I haven't been very proactive, and I just go out, I take my calls to get them. I try to back somebody up at a car stop, and I try to tell you, that's what we do. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, that's what you do. Because that's what makes it so hard for me today, because at the end of today, I'm not full-time anymore. These are all my kids that are out there, though, and you can't get it enough. And I am so fortunate and blessed. I mean, there's a million people in here I need to thank. I can thank everybody in this room for something. I'm looking around the room right now. Guys like we went into battle with forever. Sean Sweeney, Johnny York, Murph, going down the line. Ross in charge of our dispatches. Had to work with me so many nights. I'm not that good on the computers. Roscoe had all the patience in the world with me, and I can't thank him enough. Gino, one of my supervisors, right to him. Mark Palmer. I think Mark's been on midnights his entire career, which is pushing 30 years, right? Okay, and I just keep going around the room.
That's part-time job on the Cape.
It's just mind-boggling, and it's just endless. I mean, I said, you got, oh my God, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Mason, Mass State Police back there. I went to the academy with Chris. He was a natural resource cop before he went over. So we go to the academy. The troopers, oh, well, they mess with him. Oh, we got a clan cop in the class. Now look at him, Lieutenant Colonel. Oh my God, tremendous. Jim Ellis right next to him, same thing. So Mark Delaney, there's another guy. There's everybody in this room I can connect with, and that's why I want to get to the kids that I hope they have a very long career. But, you got to be out there. You got to back each other up. Because we got Lieutenant Cabral, and again, no disrespect to Lieutenant Murphy, Lieutenant Clark. Lieutenant Murphy runs the 4 to 12. Lieutenant Clark runs the day shift. For years, they've been trying to get me to go to their shift. So we're fortunate we can bid our shifts. So they said, Jack, come to work with us. Well, it's kind of like in baseball. That's my thing. You bargain with these guys, you try to sign a free agent, but it just didn't happen. They didn't offer the right package for me, and a lot of the reason was a guy that's sitting in the back row back here, Mark Cabral, who's the lieutenant on the midnight shift. I can honestly say that being on midnights, that's where I belong. The midnight guys are, in my opinion, the super tight. We do so much off duty that some of the all the other shifts are doing, and it starts with Mark, and that's so important because I'm telling you, at 3 o'clock in the morning, when it shit's hitting the fan out there, you look around, and who's there? It's the guys you work with, and that's about it. And I've seen too many times where guys, they don't have that tightness, and it winds up in a disaster. So there's a lot of people here that don't know this, but again, back in the 80s, you see two crews pull alongside each other. Oh, look at those guys, they're goofing off. They don't know what the hell's going on in that car. They may be talking about something that's going on in the job. A lot of times, all they're doing is they're helping each other out emotionally. Something that may have happened during the night or whenever it was. And we're fortunate, again, with Mark here. We come in at 3 o'clock in the morning, and whatever, you can talk, you hang out, you talk to the guys. Much, much, much needed drop here, because so many things that are out there that could just take you and suck you up and drive you, pull you right down into a shit river. I unfortunately, I found out very early in life on this job. I can tell you another story, but 1986, 1 year on a job, summer kid calls me off the road. He goes, "Hey Jack, do me a favor, run down to McDonald's, get me a breakfast sandwich." I said, "Well, this is like 6 in the morning." I go, "They don't open till 7. "Oh, no, they're open at 6. I go, "Okay, kid, yeah, you know more about it than I do, but I'll go down there." So I go down there. McDonald's is a very small McDonald's back then. I pull in, and the lights are on. I go to the front door, door's locked. I go, "I know it." So I come back. I had a little attitude about me. I go, "Here's your money, kid." I go, "I told you, it's 7 o'clock. "Well, will you go back for me?" I go, "Get somebody else, not me. I'm not running back and forth." I'm in the desk, 5-10 minutes. The phone rings. He takes the call. "This is McDonald's at 132. We just got held up at gunpoint." I go, "What the hell? Are you kidding me?" So I go rocking back down here. I get there. I walk up to the door that was locked. It's now unlocked. I walk in. Lady comes from behind the counter. Says, "Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you." I go, "Yeah, we're the police. What can we do for you?" She says, "No, you don't know." She says, "You walked up to that door 10 minutes ago. The two guys that held this place up, they saw you coming. One man says to his buddy, that crowd comes through the door, you take his head off with that gun."
Oh my God.
That's 1986. I go, wow. I don't remember signing up for that part of it, but I guess I did. So that's what you start with, and that's what the least little call. You don't know where the hell you're going with this stuff, and that's why it's so important to have each other. So, again, I can say great things about everybody in here. My God, I can't believe the people here. I mean, there's somebody sitting in this room, I think they flew in from Virginia. I'm not sure, because back in, a few years ago, I housed, we housed a kid called baseball later in Hyannis, and we became great friends with these people. And they're here this morning. I can't believe it. I'm close with these guys and some of my own relatives. I can't thank them enough for coming from Virginia. I mean, I wouldn't have come for myself. I didn't want to go out of bed this morning for myself. Again, there's just so much going on. Just be careful. And again, my family. What can I say to those guys? I'm sorry it was a pain in the ass or whatever for all these years, but you guys are here today, and I'm thanking God that I'm here and I'm standing here, and I'm a fortunate man. Not a guy, but oh boy, this one is probably by far the ultimate class midnight guy. Come up here.
No.
Get up here. He was supposed to retire before me.
I resemble that.
Yeah, he was supposed to retire before me, but a drop over the court, and he went over there, and I'm happy he did. But I'm gonna tell you, I think he came here and right after the first year in 2000. 97, close enough. Yeah. But I can honestly say that I had a brother that lived to be about a few weeks old back in 1955. He passed away, and so I never had a brother. This guy is as close to having a brother as you would ever want. You won't find a better human being anywhere. I'm very honored and proud and happy to say that Jim Milley is my friend. He has no idea how many times he kind of rescued me from the doldrums that I was talking about earlier. I know one night in particular, quite a few years ago, I was having a very, very, very bad time. I walked away from this job for 6 or 7 weeks. I hated the uniform. I didn't want to put it on. I came in the station one night, and a bunch of guys were in the lunchroom talking, and they didn't know I was there. And I heard them talking, and I knew they were talking about me. And I heard Jimmy say, "Well, I want the old Jack back." And I hit it in my head to this day. And again, he has no idea how much he has done for me, and that's all I can say about Jimmy Milley. He's the best. He really is. So anyway, the good news is everybody talks about Jack, and a lot of people know I don't have the nicest car in the world. I don't think Travis is here because he likes to write shit on my car. Anyway, just something that, the reason I drive what I do, I guess it's kind of where you come from. And my dad, God love him, was born in 1900 in South Boston. He was one of 12 kids. He went to work when he was 12 to make a couple bucks to help his family out. Back then, you could buy a loaf of bread for 5 cents. So if you made a couple bucks, you did okay. So he worked from the age of 12 on, made it through the tough 30s. World War II came along, he went in the Navy, he went overseas, came home. A few years later, met my mother and married her at age 50. Had me at age 54. From age 54 to 67, he worked 2 jobs to pay the bills. His main job, I think midnight to 8 is tough working? My dad, he'd go the first of the month to the 15th, he worked from 7 to 3. The 16th of the month to the 30th, he worked 3 to 11. The next following month, the next 15 days, he worked 11 to 7. He did that rotating every 15 days for over 12 years. Talk about screwing up your system. My mother didn't know he was coming or going. So I played in a couple leagues growing up, and I'm fortunate that I had the opportunity to pick my shifts. And that's why I stayed on midnights, because whenever something was going on with the kids, I'm proud to say that I tried to be there. I know I went to a lot of places. As did my wife Terry, we watched a lot of baseball games, a lot of football games, and it was a pure joy for me. It was the best time of my life doing that stuff like that. So I have the old shipbox car because that's how my dad had. He always had a beat-up car, but he put other things before his own vehicle. So maybe someday I might buy a decent vehicle. I don't know. At least right now, I go around town, people know me because they say, hey, this Jack, That's pretty much a lot of things I had in a nutshell. Again, I just can't thank you all. I mean, God, this is crazy. Don't you have nothing better to do in your life than come here? This is insanity. So that's it. I can't thank you enough for coming. What I would hope, just before I go, all these men and women here, and police officers anywhere, or firefighters, whatever just take a minute at night, say a prayer for them, because they're the men and women, the guys that are out there every single day and night. When you're out there, you're home, all snuggled in your beds, and life is great and nice and warm. They're the ones that are out there getting the job done, and at a very high level. So,
Love you, Jack.
Thanks, Brian. My personal car. For those who can't see it, it says retirement weekly schedule as all the days of the week. And next to each day it says, do whatever the hell I want to. That hasn't happened yet, it hasn't kicked in. But nobody has owned up to putting this on my car. So, I did quite a few years of dusting for latent fingerprints. I still have my kit. If I can't figure it out, I'm going to give it to the detectives, and we're going to find out. So somebody better man up. When I got a better off this morning, I was told by somebody upstairs that you don't have to dust it because we have cameras all around the building, and maybe with a little gray goose, that print could be found pretty easy. So we may do that or whatever. Again, everybody, please, again, thank you very much. You guys are unbelievable. Everybody here is unbelievable. And that's it. I'm done. I am done.
All right, you want to take a moment to thank Jack, shake his hand. Thank you for coming.
Sweetheart, how are you? Jackie? Thanks, kid. I'll still be here. Jack, I gotta go put my